Hello everybody. Today we're going to read Dr. L, a Kaiju Paradise on his export. Let's go. Dr. L is a senior researcher from Lemonex Labs. He knows pretty much all there is to Lemonex. Sometimes dangers arrive and he has to stop it. So basically, this is prequel to my other book called Friend Turn, where Dr. L from that book is main character for this one. So yeah, also like normally say the book cover is not mine. Okay, so age 13 plus. Age rating 13 plus, violence slightly, detailed, death, injury, swearing. Okay, let's start reading. Notes and characters. I hate writing these same notes every book. Here I go. Bold and underline means something's important to the story or just a character being with their words. Italics means a character is taking in their head. Parentheses means I'm writing a note in the middle of a story. Main character L, Dr. L. Dr. L is a guy who is pretty brave and strong. Literally the main character. He has pretty good melee combat skills but prefers to use ranged weapons. He also wears sunglasses. If you attack him, you're pretty much done for. He's a little bit crazy. Age 27. Height 6 feet 0 inches. Gender, male, race, white, appearance, light, tan, skin, short, blonde, hair swept to the side, green eyes. John. John is a head researcher at Lemonax. That's pretty much all there is. Age 35, height 6 feet and 2 inches. Gender, male, race, white, appearance, skin color is a little pale. His hair is short and blonde. Sweat over his eyes Strip over his eyes are blue and has a stubble beard. Other characters, scientists, clothing 11X issue lab coat, loadout, flashlight, clipboard, and pen, guard, clothing 11X issue hazmat suit, loadout, stun, baton, metal net, flashlight, and G27 pistol for higher ranks. Chapter 1 Lucky. This book is in Dr. L's point of view, so yeah. I had woken up in my hotel room inside of Lebanon, checking the time on my phone. I could barely see as I had just woken up, then rubbed my eyes. I promise I hang out with you today. Slime pups, I said in a tired voice. The time was 6 a.m., the time my work started. I then got dressed out of my pajamas into my lab coat. Something felt about the lab coat I was wearing like someone had just used it. Maybe this place is running out of money for paying me so much. Heh, I said jokingly. I then walked out of my hotel room, going into the elevator and pressing the lab button. It took me down to the reception desk area. Hey, reception desk lady, whose name I don't know. I said with a smile on my face, no response. They were slumped over in their chair, so maybe they were sleeping. That would have been a good one if she was awake, I said to myself, walking towards the garden. I then opened the garden doors to be greeted by a slime pup running for me. You miss me, huh, buddy? I asked the slime pup as I pat its head. I then sat next to the tree where the slime pup just jumped and licked my face. I laughed. That tickles. But I said, the slime pup then sat on my lap. John then came in the room. You're 10 minutes late for your work, John said. Sorry, I made a promise to hang out with this slime pup, I replied, getting up from the tree and walking towards the door I came in through. So what's the test today? I asked. Something to do with a panther and a carnline, John replied. Eek, sounds dangerous, I said as the slime pup clawed at my pants jumping. Sorry, little guy, I have to go, I said. The slime pup then ran back to the tree sleeping. I like that. All right, I've got some work to do, so head to the interrogation room for the test. John said. Already, I said, walking toward the interrogation room. I walked in to see about 10 guards trying to get one panther in. With a few shocks and net, they got it in. The panther then clawed at the walls with its long and large claws. That's not going to do anything, bud, I said, not expecting an answer. Uh, I heard the panther say. It then stopped clawing at the wall, sitting down crisscross. Just then, three guards brought in a Carline. Let me out of. Oh no! I heard the Carline says while getting released into the room. You don't have to worry, bud. That one of the more calm panthers. I said to Caroline, though the room intercom. I, I then walked into the room with the car line and panthers. Sir, that's not such a good idea. One of the guards said, guarding the door. You know me. Come on, I replied. I then stood in the corner of the room, taking my notes with my clipboard and pen. The Caroline glared at me and came over to me, sniffing me. I wouldn't do that. You don't want me to be a mean scientist, right? I asked the Caroline. Now, backing up for me and looking down at my coat, that was holstered. The gun is for safety, not going to shoot you unless you're trying anything funny like killing me, I said. The Caroline went quiet, admiring the crystal that was poking through the walls. It was red for some reason, even though there was no power outage. You really like the crystal, huh? I asked. Yeah, the Caroline said. I then looked back at the Caroline whose eyes were closed. The Caroline then walked out to the panther, sniffing it. The panther didn't seem to mind. I then began writing notes on my notepad. I then watched the Caroline get up, walking to the other corner of the room. That's odd behavior. Never seen a panther so calm before, I thought to myself. 10 guards came back into the room, taking the panther away to its cell. Then three guards walked in, taking the Caroline back to its cell. I then looked at the scratch mark on my arm from yesterday. Still bleeding a little bit. I mumbled to myself. I then covered the scratch back up. All right, go eat breakfast now, one of the guards said, talking to me. You're talking to me? I asked. Yeah, they replied. I can have breakfast whenever I want. I said, just a suggestion. The guard said, wow, backing up. I then walked out of the room towards the cafeteria. Once I got to the cafeteria, I walked out to the counter, which had no line. Look at me. I looked to my left to see a bunch of people eating breakfast and talking at the tables. Hello, two pancakes, please. I said to the chocolate sprinkle kid. She reached under the counter, grabbing two warm pancakes from under the counter. Thanks, I said as I grabbed a plate and fork and put the pancakes on. I then walked towards a table with no people sitting on it. Wow, I'm sure am lucky today. No line, a panther, and Caroline didn't fight. And I have my own personal table, I said to myself. Hi. I heard a voice. It was the little red slime pup, Abel. Abel sat next to me with an apple in her mouth, eating it. How ironic. Chapter 2, Not So Lucky. I then walked out of the cafeteria after I finished my breakfast, heading to the gardens for the one slime pup I played with earlier. I walked into the gardens to gently wake the lime slime pup. It bounced on top of my lap. I could tell it was happy. Hey, little guy. I'm back, I said. The slime pup when the slime pup then had a look of terror in his eyes, staring at the lights. What is it, bud? I asked. The slime pup then barked at the lights as they flickered. The lights then fully turned off. Shit, I said, realizing there was a blackout. I let the slime pup get onto my back so I could protect it from any panthers. I then picked up my golden scythe off of my back. My golden scythe was basically my only source of light. It shone in the darkness that consumed Laminax. Just then, I felt something slash against my leg, making me fall to my knees as I looked at where I was. The crystal cave. Not good. I then stood up, touching the back of my leg. I then looked at my finger. Blood. 2 cuts in 2 days? That's nice, I said sarcastically as the blood dripped out the back of my leg, almost trembling as I stood. The slime pup then jumped off of my back, licking my wound somehow. It made my wound heal faster. How the fuck have I not noticed that? Having a slime pup sure is a good companion, I said as I looked around for the thing that slashed at my leg. Just then a black blur rushed in front of me. I tried to block its attack with my scythe, and to my surprise, I actually did. Oh, you're fucked now, I said. It seemed to have yellow eyes. This was definitely a panther, probably not the same one I saw earlier, though. I swung at the panther with my scythe, hitting on the hip, causing it to get flung a few feet. Run ya, pussycat, I said as I went in for another swing. This time I hit its head, knocking the panther out. I hope you learn from that, I said as black goo leaked out of his head and hip. The slime pup then jumped on my back. I then walked towards the empty storage bin to get grabbed on the neck by another panther. My scythe then fell to the floor. Damn it, I'm so dead, I thought as I slowly lost my breath. The slime pup that was on my back ran up behind the panther, biting its leg. Ah! I heard the panther scream. The panther then let go of me. I then gasped and grabbed my scythe back up off the ground. Don't you fucking touch my slime pup, I said as I was ready to strike with my scythe. Wait a minute, I remember. Wait a minute, I remember you, the panther said. You're trying to lower my guard and it's not working, I said. I recognize that voice. Wait, you're Dr. L? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, the panther said. Well, look who decided to crash the party, I said. I didn't mean trying to kill you. I thought you were somewhere else, the panther said. A sorry can help with me for forgiving you, and there's nothing you can say to me to make me feel better after what just happened, I said. That's true. I'm just going to walk away now, the panther said. Ah, okay, I said. As I watched the panther run away, I felt something whiz by me. I looked behind myself to find a toxic rubber about to pounce on me. I saw my sit at his head, causing it to fall into the endless abyss down below. I couldn't even hear its screams of terror slowly fade away. Don't mess with me, I said with a smirk. What does there always have to be so much action in my life? I need a challenge, I said as if I wanted to die. My words would later become a reality, almost as if God was watching me. I then watched as lights flickers back on. Alright, that's over, I said, walking into the crystal cabin as I watched a bunch of security guards rushing out of the emergency bay. John then looked at me from the emergency bunker, rushing over me as several guards passed us, looking to continue the escape. Good tractions. How the hell are you alive? John asked out of breath. Uh, this bad boy, I said, showing my golden stick to him. Wow, John said. Oh, and also, this guy. He kind of saved my life, I said, pointing to the slime pup on my back while turning it around. Huh? How exactly did a slime pup save your life? John asked. Well, a panther kind of chewed at my leg, and the slime pup licked it, and the wound healed really fast, I said. Wow, that's something new, John said. Yeah, it is, I replied. One day later, I sat in my hotel room looking at notes I had written down yesterday when the intercom turned on. Dr. L, report to Dr. John's office immediately. Oh, what now? I think he's in trouble. Chapter 3. This is odd. I then walked up into the elevator, pressing the lab button and going down. I then walked into John's office. What is it? I asked, sitting down in a wooden chair. There's something I have yet to discover. There's an empty spot in the bottom of the bestiary. John said, what? That's impossible. We know every good good trojan here, I exclaimed. Well, now we just found out that there's a new one in the bottom of the blackout section, John said. Show me, I said. He turned on his computer, then I walked over to behind his desk. He scrolled to the bottom of the vestry. One was empty. What the hell? I said. Can you leave it in a minute? All right, John said. Okay, I replied. Stop feeding the slime puff fucking Bloxy Cola. Roblox? They're going to become drunk, the third John said. Can do, pun intended. I said, snickering. Shut up. Now go, John said, shooing me. I then walked back to the garden, sitting down by the tree. Then I saw rustling in one of the bushes. I didn't care, though, since I just wanted to sleep with my little slime pup buddy. I then fell asleep. Dream. This is real, a voice said in the darkness of my dream. I was in the crystal cavern, seeing a sniper playing with someone. There were two other people with him, and they called the person Mark. Ah, get it off of me. Mark exclaimed while laughing. Those things don't hurt you, I said. Real life. I walked up to a face being right in front of mine. It was a plain text. Looked to be a female. Hello. I said in entire voice. The plaintext admired how I was friends with a slime pup. The plaintext then walked up to my slime pup, sniffing it. The plaintext won't hurt you, bud, I said to my slime pup as he backed away with his ears dropped down. I still just sat by the tree. Just as I was going to get up, the light flickered. All right, power address or blackout, I asked. The lights turned off for a minute, then the intercom came on. Main power grid offline. Activating emergency power grid. Basically, everything Gotraxian related turned red. Alright, I said. I then let the slime pup get onto my back. The Pentex then hid in his bush as I walked out. Author note. Sorry for the short chapter, just running out of ideas. Actually, I kinda like it, to be honest. Chapter 4, going now with a bang, quite literally. I had to walk to the crystal cavern when I noticed something. I was surrounded by Gotraxian. I don't get it. What did I do to those Gotraxians for them to surround me and try to kill me? I thought to myself. There was a panther, a buck, and a short. I was outnumbered. Well. This is a bit of a Western standoff, huh? I asked, no response. Buck point of view. Why was the human not scared? Maybe because he had a golden Sith? He's outnumbered though, so he can kill us. This human is in for a ride on a pain train, I thought to myself while cracking my knuckles. Dr. L's point of view. I then heard the buck crack its knuckles. I might die here, but at least I go out with a bang, I said, smirking. The slime pup on my back then whimpered. Don't worry, little buddy, I said, patting it on the head. I then pulled my scythe out. The shark lunged at me, same with the buck, but I blocked it with my scythe, getting flung back a few feet from the force the two had put on it. My golden scythe flung away from me. Just then they noticed the gun that was holstered. Maybe they thought something like he has a gun. Why is he not using it? I then ran for my scythe, grabbing it and swinging at the shark in the stomach. The force of the scythe caused the shark to get flung into a nearby crystal, cracking it a little bit. The shark then bleed goo. I watched as Buck and Panther looked at the shark, then towards me. Both the Buck and Panther leaped forward, baring their teeth and claws. It was like they were flying since they leaped forward with so much pressure. The Buck and Panther then hit the scythe from them, leaping at it, causing it to get flung away from me, and causing me to practically fly in the air, doing a backflip from how much pressure they put on it. I was about 5 meters in the air, rapidly heading backwards when I pushed down with so much force. I almost broke the hard cave floor, putting a dent in it and almost breaking my leg in the process. I then fell to my knees, watching as the buck and panther approached me slowly. I was only a foot away from the crystal, so one small move and I will get infected. My leg hurt so much from the fall, I couldn't stand up. Buck then walked up to me. I guess my wish of having a challenge actually came true. The bug was about to push me into the crystal, then a black fur leaped at the bug, making the two roll onto the floor. It was the same panther from before, saving my life. The panther stood in shock as its friend Buck was getting beaten up by the other panther. Stop, the panther yelled. The other panther then clawed Buck, killing it. You, you can call me Dark, the other panther said. I then watched as Dark leap onto the panther with them clawing at each other. It was kind of hard to keep track of who's who when I remember the Dark has a scar across his eye. I unholstered my gun when Dark jumped off the panther. It was my turn to shoot the panther. I turned the safe mode off, pulling the trigger. Bang! The panther lay lifeless on the ground as I shot it. Dark then walked up to me. Hey, Dr. L, Dark said. What? I asked. You might want to look behind you, Dark said. I was too busy killing the panther to notice I was touching the crystal. I looked behind myself, then felt a stab go through my chest. I then fell to the floor, dropping my gun. God, I hate to watch this happen, Dark said, covering their eyes. I then black out. Dark's point of view, I uncovered my eyes to see the scientist. I had befriended turning into a Caroline before my eyes. The goo spread up from his legs to his torso, then arms and head. He then grew further to glowing pink horns, a tail, and ears. I always hate to see my friends turn into good Draxian like me. Dr. L point of view dream. Dr. L, I heard a voice say in the pitch black of my dream. Who goes there? I exclaimed. No response. I then watched a humanoid figure approach me from the darkness. It was glowing pink. It seemed to be a Caroline. The Caroline just stood up there watching. Embrace it, I heard a voice said. I have so many questions. Embrace what? I asked. Just then the Caroline leaped at me as almost as if I watched my soul getting taken by the Grim Reaper. It all ended and I woke up. Real life, Dr. L, I heard Dark said, fuck, 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 fuck. I said, looking at my paws, sitting down. Yeah, I watched it happen to you. Dark said, I need to make a cure now. As I got up, yeah, but what about Dark was interrupted by the lights. All of the colors turned to normal, and the lights were black. And the lights were back. I watched as the guards all ran out of the emergency bay, and both me and Dark looked at them for a second. Then ran to the elevator when I pressed the hotel button. John's point of view, I walked outside of the emergency bay as I watched a car line and a panther run somewhere. Seems like the guards didn't notice because they ran in a different directions. I walked up close to realize this torn up lab coat is nothing else. Shit. He turned. I said, what do you say, sir? A guard asked. Not important. To the guard looking at the lab coat in shreds. Dr. L's point of view. I walked into my hotel room with Dark when they noticed all of the sunglasses in my drawer. Wow, is this where the facility staff get their did they get to live? Dark asked. Yeah, I said, rummaging around in my drawers. Aha! I exclaimed. I gathered the ingredients for the cure when I saw a figure standing right outside my hotel room. This seems to be a lizard Gutraxian with purple goggles, three lenses, and a long tail. Dark? I asked. Yeah, Dark replied. What the fuck is standing outside of my door? I said. Oh shit. Somebody's coming. Number 5, Nightcrawler. Chapter 5, Nightcrawler. Dark, what is that? I asked, looking at my hotel door as I just finished the cure. Dark then walked over. It seemed to be a good traction with a purple goggles and three lenses, most likely a lizard. It then leapt at me, crashing into my hotel bed. Ah, I yelled. This commotion was definitely going to get some guards up here. I ran out of the hotel room, snatching the cure and heading to the elevator with Dark. Just as I passed the lab button, the Nightcrawler ran for the door as it's closed. We went down the elevator, standing up in the reception area. The elevator door is closed, going up, then down, and a human was inside of it instead of the Nightcrawler for some reason. I'm just gonna, the human said, walk away slowly as me and Dark eyes the elevator. The elevator doors closed and a few seconds later opened. The Nightcrawlers then leaped onto me, clawing at me face. Dark ran into the Nightcrawler, pinning it to the wall. I then punched the Nightcrawler as hard as I could. The Nightcrawler then kicked Dark, doing a front flip in the air, then smashing into the ground. His goggles glowed bright and started running for us with his right arm on his forehead. Me and Dark ran across the hallway where the garden was for the hound area when we saw a guard. Hey, hey, what are you? What are you? What the fuck is that? The guard said. The nightcrawler was right behind us. Oh no! Grabbed the guard by the neck and threw him into a wall. Holy shit! I yelled, causing more attention than the nightcrawler was. John then came into the room with a minigun in hand. Hey, listen, I know that's you, Dr. L. I saw your lab coat on the ground next to a crystal. John said, pointing the minigun at the nightcrawler running towards us. I don't have time to talk, I said, baring my teeth at the nightcrawler and growling. Nightcrawler ran towards us, and John fired his minigun off at it. The nightcrawler did seem to care that much as the bullets just passed through it. What in the fuck? This minigun isn't doing anything, John yelled. The nightcrawler leaped towards me, but I did a backflip behind the little balcony thing, and the nightcrawler ended up hitting its head, kind of like standing in a video game. Dark then jumped onto the nightcrawler, clawing it as fast as it could. I then punched the nightcrawler in the goggles again as I wasn't really used to my new body to be able to fight the most powerful Gotraxian out there. The nightcrawler then fell over as I watched John leave the room. I hope he's coming back with something better. I thought Dark was still clawing the nightcrawler and was running out of breath fast. Just then, John came back with a literal RPG 7. Where the hell did you get that? I yelled, nothing much. I got more weapons than you realize in my armory. John replied, standing. Stand back, John exclaimed. Dark jumped off the nightcrawler, running towards where we were. I would say we were about 7 meters away from the nightcrawler when John fired a rocket launcher. I watched as the rockets headed towards the nightcrawler goggles. Boom! Gray and black goo flung everywhere. There was a hole in the ground, too. All that was left was broken pieces of the goggles. Huh? I said. I then looked at the cure in my left paw and walked towards the bathroom as I saw John and Dark walking with me. I then closed the bathroom door, leaving myself in the room. Please work, please work, I said as I slowly injected the cure into my arm. The fluids were now in my bloodstream, and the fur, horns, tails, and ears just disappeared out of thin air. Then the same goo, I was back to being human, and for some reason I had my lab coat on, better than being naked. I then walked out of the bathroom. Well, glad to see it work, Dark said. Uh-huh. Anyways, I need to go clean up my hotel room, and my bed is kind of destroyed, I said. I guess we got our mystery contraction now, John said. Yeah, I replied. I then walked toward the elevator going out to my hotel room. John's point of view. Listen, I know this is breaking the rules and all, but I'll let you go out in the world. I said, really? Dark asked with excitement. Really? Now, come on, Jay said as I walked toward the elevator with Dark. Just press the surface button and go live your life, I said. Watch as Dark as pressed the button in the door closing. See you, I said as a tear rolled down my cheek. Later. The Dr. L's point of view, I had finished cleaning up my hotel, but my bed was still snapped in half. Oh no. I then walked down the elevator into the crystal case to see a slime pup playing with someone and two other people. The sniper is harmless, I said. The two beside him call him Mark. I'm guessing though what's his name? Dean. Yes, sir. I finished this book. Yeah, I know there weren't many chapters. The only That's only because I struggled to think of ideas and stuff. Anyways, yeah, book was a prequel to my other books, friend turn. So yeah, go read for a continuation of this book, kinda. So yeah, anyways, bye. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.